From a story point of view with an email, there's when do I get it? When am I expecting the next one? And I think one of the things that we tend to do with email is it's very much us talking to you, which is right, and we want to know the right things you want to say. But there's very, very few occasions where you get an email that actually says, now come back to us with a dialogue so that we can then maybe respond back to you. So there's probably creative ideas out there with the right product to would say, here's half that email, respond back to us and get the other half which is more relevant, which then probably gives you fantastic statistics and drill down for each of those people that you couldn't expect, because you basically said, I'm waiting to see what you do with this email, as opposed to saying, right, actually come straight back to me and tell me, and I will get the next bit to you straight away. So there's probably some really good thinking. Inevitably then links into what you do socially, because I think that's the start of a conversation, and then you can get into a much more rapid story narrative with them on a social platform. From a content point of view, if an email becomes that place where you actually drive people to the Facebooks, to your Twitters. But I think very much at the moment, anything I've seen has been very much a byline of followers here, followers there, to be able to sort of to get to it. But I think if it's a part of your relationship management, so if you've got, you just signed up for a website, a shopping website or whatever, that you're going to get that email. You're expecting that first email, that welcome email that says, you're ready to shop with us. That's the point where you start messaging correctly. What is your Facebook to me? What will your Twitter offer me, rather than just follow our Twitter? Why? Why am I going to do that? So I think it's being able to understand what the content of your email is going to be, but also what the content of your social is, so that person goes, that's what it means to me. When I look at people like, Tesco's and Amazon are very sort of good at, now they understand who I am and what I'm looking for. However, I've had times where other people have tried to do that, where they put the offer to you because they think they know you, and you just go, why are you offering me nappies or female hygiene products, where that's got nothing to do with me? So then you start to get annoyed. That's the problem with email, that it is one-on-one, and if you're going to talk one-on-one, then you have to remember people's name. With HTML5, and I've been reading a lot recently about how video may be able to be incorporated into it, yet to see that actually working in practice, and I've read a few reports of whether it's going to work or not. And I think, if it does work, we'll go through the same things we did before, where it's just trying to be as clever as possible, as opposed to being as relevant as possible, and then, it'll sort itself out, we'll be able to use it at key times. In email itself, on browser, I'm not sure video is really necessary. I think where the potential for that is from mobile applications, where you can view your email in there, that it becomes a much more, it fits that space, where rather than maybe reading an email where you're having to scroll through in your iPhone or whatever, that the email is very much the shape of that frame that you're in. You can view it, and it just feels maybe just more of an interactive and intuitive way to be able to use email, and not in its traditional way.